Seltz from exercisesforinjuries.com. I got a question from a Fix My Shoulder Pain client, and he was asking about deadlift and shoulder pain. Is there something that he needs to remember when he's performing the deadlift, especially if he's recovering from a shoulder injury? And yeah, there's a couple things that you need to kind of remember or add to your technique or cueing scheme. And what it ends up involving is making sure your thoracic spine is in a good position, activating your mid-traps, activating your lats, and then also activating your rhomboids. So doing all those things, all those four things, end up creating good stability and protection to the shoulder so that you can end up doing a good, safe deadlift for your shoulder. So just kind of going through those things. So looking at, I end up doing this. If I end up being flexed through that thoracic spine, the arms end up hanging, and there's greater risk of that shoulder being pulled out of its ideal position or centration, as they end up calling it. We want to make sure that we end up having ideal alignment or position of that shoulder, and those four things that I kind of highlighted will end up helping that. So if I end up flexing through that thoracic spine, that ends up having the arms hang. If I flatten out that thoracic spine more, that will help. If I end up activating the mid-traps, and then if I bring in the rhomboids, and then if I bring in the lats, that ends up putting the shoulder in a lot better of a position, a more stable and more of a protected position when performing the deadlift. Now, once again, almost with all exercises, when you start playing around with your technique and cueing, it ends up affecting the load that you can end up lifting, because we've kind of changed how you end up doing that movement. But after you integrate it into your movement, kind of your muscles end up figuring out how to do it. Your body figures out the movement, the weight will end up catching up. So if you end up having shoulder pain and you're doing a deadlift, incorporate those things. Look to see how your thoracic spine is. If it's flexed, and bring it back to more straight. Activate those mid-traps. Activate. So the mid-traps is more just building tension around those shoulder blades. Rhomboids ends up meaning opening up through the chest or bringing those shoulders back again. That kicks in more rhomboids. And then also activating those lats in order to create really good stability in that shoulder, good centration in that shoulder, and activate a whole bunch of muscles in order to protect that shoulder. So there you go. This is Rick Seltz from exercisesforinjuries.com with 4 things that you can end up doing in order to protect your shoulder if you're recovering from a shoulder injury or shoulder pain when you're doing the deadlift. So make sure that you end up swinging by exercisesforinjuries.com. It's a resource full of all kinds of stuff when it relates to injuries and pain. You'll find stuff on shoulder injuries, knee injuries, back injuries. So swing by and take a look. And while you're there, there's a shoulder injury guide that you can end up downloading and learning a little bit more on what I end up doing with my clients when it relates to shoulder injuries. So this is Rick Seltz from exercisesforinjuries.com saying take care and bye-bye.